Hi guys, I have my emotional support sled with me, and today I'm going to take you through what a day in my taper for the final major in Glasgow is going to be like. Okay, so I'm a lot more sore than I realized.
How fast is Lily?
I want to explain a little bit about the HYROX season. So to qualify for the Elite, there's 4 majors within the season. Glasgow is the 4th and final major of the 24 to 25 HYROX season. The first one was in Amsterdam. After that, we went to Hong Kong. The last one, we were in Las Vegas, so my current hometown. And then of course, in a couple days, I will be in Glasgow racing in that final one. Now, in order to qualify for World Championships in the Elite division, there's 15 spots per gender. And at each one of these majors, there's 3 spots up for grabs. So in major number 1 in Amsterdam, whoever finished 1st through 3rd, those 3 places were going to be given a World Championship spot. I was fortunate enough to qualify in that first major. Now in major number 2 for Hong Kong, it's the same thing. The top 3 coming through the line are going to be the ones who get a qualifying spot unless they had already qualified in a previous major. So that did happen in Hong Kong. I believe 1st and 2nd had already qualified. So the qualifying spots rolled down to go through 3rd, 4th, and 5th place, and so on and so forth. So each major, there's 3 spots no matter what, and it's given to the first 3 that cross the line that don't already have a World Championship qualifying spot. Now, if you're doing your math, you may say, okay, so 4 majors and 3 spots per major, that equals 12. I thought there were 15 spots. So there are 15 spots, and that's where the last chance qualifier comes in. So this year, the last chance qualifier will be in Barcelona. Now, in order to compete in that race, you can't have already qualified. So I'm not allowed to race in Barcelona, but what's cool about the last chance qualifier is you don't have to have any sort of qualifying time to get into it, which means it's open to anybody to come in and throw their hat in the ring. So in theory, you could have never run a HYROX race before and qualify for World Championships in the Elite division in your first race. Only 15 athletes per gender get to race in an Elite major. In order to qualify, there's a couple different ways you can do it. So one, you can have an auto qualifier, in which case you would have needed to win a major in the previous season or finish 1st through 3rd in the World Championships. Now, if 1st through 3rd had won one of the majors, then it will roll down to 4th or 5th. So on the women's side, there's 5 auto qualifiers, which leaves 10 open spots for people to get in. So those 10 open spots are given to those who have the top 2 best average times in the past 365 days. So that's a rolling average, which means if you had the top 2 best times going into Amsterdam, but one of your times was from December the previous year, it's now gone by the next major. So you're going to have to need to get another high or fast time in order to stay in the Elite 15. So HYROX has released the lineup for Glasgow, and 5 of the 15 women that are racing there do have a qualifying spot for Worlds already, which means there are 10 women racing for 3 spots in Glasgow. So the race will be 6 p.m. local time in Glasgow. It'll take around an hour, maybe slightly more. And right after, we get pulled out for drug testing, and that could take honestly anywhere from 1 to 3 hours, depending on how dehydrated we are. And afterwards, I'm gonna have to book it back to my hotel and make sure I pack and try and get at least a tiny bit of sleep, because I'm on a plane early that morning, Thursday morning at 6 a.m. to fly to Houston to meet Anthony and Lily, because both Anthony and I will be racing in the Elite doubles in Houston, not together. So I'm doing doubles female and he's doing doubles male, but I'll be racing with my partner, Lauren Griffith, and we're trying to qualify for the Elite 15 doubles, which is really new this year. Super excited to be a part of it. The doubles is a fast and furious race because you are splitting the work. Well, at least you're splitting all the stations. You have to run together and then you split the stations, but it's at a much higher intensity. So that one day that I have in between. So I land Thursday and then I'll have Friday. I need to rest as much as possible so that I can give Lauren everything I have in me on Saturday. Similar to the Elite 15 singles, there's 3 spots available at each of these Elite 15 doubles races, but there are 5 throughout the world. Houston is going to be in about a week and a half from now, and it is the second of 5 of these Elite 15 doubles. Lauren and I are really hoping to qualify at this Houston race, but if we don't, you'll probably see us trying again at one of the 3 remaining races. Okay, final prep for Glasgow. It is Friday. I leave tomorrow, which is Saturday evening, and I'll land Sunday evening for a race on Wednesday. We are starting our day, and by we, I mean me and this little one. Can you say hi, baby?
Hi, baby.
We're starting our day with a walk. I'm gonna have an easy run today. I'll kind of take you through just the different pieces that I'm gonna do to help prep for it. Yesterday, I did some like more poppy sprint-ish type work or some interval work to feel good. Today is easy runs and a workout, some pull-ups, trying to stay strong. Last night, we went to Camp Rhino to do the open workout.
Usain Bolt though getting into his running.
We went to do an open workout 25.2. It was a lot of thrusters, pull-ups, chest to bars, double unders, muscle ups. I thought my arms were going to be super sore, but it's actually my legs that are pretty sore. I was kind of, and it bit me on the butt, I was kind of like poking fun at Anthony because he was super sore immediately after the workout last night, and I didn't feel that sore immediately after. Now today I do, so karma. But we did the workout the day that it was announced. The reasoning was, in case I did get sore, which I did, I have as much time as possible to kind of let that soreness get out of my body before I race next week. I think I should be okay. This morning, I had probably more coffee than a human should have.
Yeah!
Lily, what do we have for breakfast? What'd you eat? What do we have for breakfast? Pancakes. We made pancakes. So on that note, we had like the normal pancake mix where you just add water. What I don't know and what I wish we had a little bit more education on, so kind of some of behind the scenes of the athlete life, we do get drug tested, and Kodiak pancakes are protein pancakes, and this might sound super naive, so if somebody could educate me on this or point me to some articles that I could read for myself and educate myself. I don't know if I'm allowed to have the Kodiak pancakes because they're labeled as protein pancakes, and it's not. Everything I take, I make sure to be like a certified product, like sports safe, because I don't want to eat anything or drink anything that could potentially have some contamination. But I don't know how far that extends to actual food. And I know like this probably sounds ridiculous, but I'm afraid to have the Kodiak pancakes, which I used to love because it did allow me to get more protein in, especially early in the morning. And I don't know if I'm allowed to have them anymore. So if somebody can answer that question, I'd love to know. Lily, what are we going to do the rest of the day?
What?
What does that mean? Your guess is as good as mine. How fast is Lily? I don't know what game we're playing right now. It's gonna take us a while to get back to the house. And I just noticed she put, granted she's only 2, but her rain boots, which she insisted on wearing, are on the wrong feet. Now, when it comes to travel, I picked a flight with a dangerously short layover. My layover is in Amsterdam, which is an airport that I'm fairly comfortable with. I've been there many times. The problem is it's less than 50 minutes. I do want to check a bag. I've had my bag get lost in short layovers before, so that's very likely to happen. I need to make sure that everything I need for the race, which means my race shoes specifically, that's like the need, is in my carry-on. But first, pine cone collecting. So I mentioned yesterday I did 25.2 and that had a lot of pulling. Today, originally, I was supposed to do an EMOM with strict pull-ups, and then my workout had some kipping pull-ups in it. Because of all of that pulling, and yesterday's was kipping pull-ups, I'm gonna switch my kipping pull-ups that are gonna be in the workout today with sumo deadlift high pulls. So it's still a pulling motion, but not that kipping motion. That's gonna be kind of like pulling in on my elbows and like my lats. It'll give me a little bit of a break. I am still gonna do the strict pull-ups. It's a slightly different movement than what I did yesterday, and it is much more controlled. The EMOM is is one that you've seen me do before. It's just 10-minute EMOM. It's supposed to be 5 pull-ups and 5 dips. Today, I'm gonna do 5 pull-ups and 5 push-ups because my arms are a little bit sore and it just takes a lot more effort to do the pushing motion of a dip than it does for me to do the pushing motion of a push-up. So I'm gonna substitute that as well. I am gonna start with the EMOM with the strict pull-ups, and then I'll do the workout, and that will start with some calories of rowing and bar facing burpees, and then I'll go into rounds of the sumo deadlift high pulls, some dumbbell step ups and kettlebell swings, and then I'm gonna end with some wall balls. Today, nope, that's not true. Tomorrow will be my last day of wall balls, so I'm gonna do like an EMOM of wall balls tomorrow, and those will be my final wall balls before I race on Wednesday. So that means Saturday will be my last set. It gives me about 3 days of no wall balls before the race. Okay. So I'm a lot more sore than I realized. I do still want to have some strict pull-ups in today. I go again in 20 seconds, but I am definitely going to cut that down from 5 reps to 3 reps today. Don't judge me, please. Okay, so I look confused because I am. That treadmill is really heavy to move, so I'm gonna have to wait for Anthony to be able to move it for me because that's where I want to put the rower. I guess I could put the rower on the other side of it, but I'm gonna see if he's available for me to help. See, you hear that grunting? I said it was heavy. You want a protein shake? I already made you one. It's in the refrigerator. Okay, I still have to set up my barbell, but the treadmill is out of the way and the rower is set up. But I'll get the barbell set up to my sumo deadlift high pull weight, which I'm gonna use 55 pounds today. But it's gonna be 3 rounds, 15 calorie row, 15 bar facing burpees. Then I have a 3 to 5 minute rest, kind of depending on how I think it's programmed for 5, but in my head, it's 3 to 5 minute rest. And then I will be doing 10 sumo deadlift high pulls, 20 step ups, and 30 kettlebell swings for 3 rounds. And then I'm going to end with 120 wall balls, I believe. I do have to double check that, but I think it's 120 wall balls at race weight. I'm going to start, okay? You're a good boy, yeah. I'm going to start. Oh, you got me! Okay, so that was really tough. The wall balls in particular were so much more brutal than they've been in the past when I've done a workout like this in preparation. And I think it has a lot to do with doing the open workout last night. My time, I believe, will be good enough to allow me to move on in my age group and masters category. We'll find out. Scores close on Monday. So we'll find out on Monday for sure. But I don't think that that is going to be a competitive enough score to move me on in the individual category. Again, who knows? It might be, but more than likely not. I do still think that I'll be plenty safe to provided I do well on the final workout next week, to be able to move on in that masters category. But it actually gave me a ton of confidence because I am more sore than I anticipated to be. And I was still able to move in a fairly decent time through the wall balls today. They weren't comfortable, I didn't enjoy it, but I moved well through it. And I'm very grateful for that because the wall balls in a HYROX race are all the way at the end of the race. All of us are so exhausted by the time we get to that. So to know that I was able to get through them today, as sore as I was, and get through them quickly, it allows me to have that confidence knowing no matter what, no matter how tired I am at the end of the night on Wednesday, I can still step up to that wall ball and know that I can push through them no matter how tired I am. So grateful I did them today, grateful for the soreness, and grateful for the confidence boost with it, even though it was a lot more challenging than I had expected. If you're enjoying seeing the behind the scenes of me trying to keep up with this little one while balancing training and all the things that come with it, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember, work hard, stay humble.
Our women's elite 15 and they're off.